yes, I catch wreck, and that's word on my seed. I'm guaranteed to succeed. Nationwide rockers make their world stampede. Yo, Willie, make we roll some mad charge. Please do make me fight Q-tip. I leash I heed. Watch me out like Apollo Creed. Body, making you just feed more dynamic flows and take heed.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens. Ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And we're underway from the bank. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. A great effort, but he got popped at the end of it. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They're going play action. Taking a shot on the first play. Big gain downfield. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
He's on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
Connecting on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And he stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Solid opening drive so far, Brock. Few chances to cap it here. This is 1st and goal.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
Goal to go. They're passing. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. Looking for his wide receiver there. It's 2nd and goal. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. Well, for a great opening drive, this is where you can run into that speed bump. We see it all the time, getting down near the end zone and trying to find your way in.
Yep, operated so well and efficiently, but when you get into the scoring zone, the red zone, that's when the pressure ramps up.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Caden, I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Herbert throwing right away. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
Okay, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Oh, he really starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. And, partner, I think we just got to look at what's going to be one of their biggest challenges in this one, operating quick enough to neutralize that pass rush.
That's right, and I know it's very, very early, obviously the opening drive, but hits like that compound. That's why defenses stress it each and every week to get after the quarterback, because hits like that can have an effect throughout.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Sending him on the dive. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They gain 11 on that play, and that's going to be a Baltimore first. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
Listen, this guy's reputation certainly precedes him in any game he's on the field, but it doesn't always keep QBs away from challenging him, especially early. But you know what will deter quarterbacks? Results, and those are the results he's looking for.
Into a crowd, and intercepted! And the Packers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of you. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. The play fake. Now Herbert's a throw. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
We saw his guys pick up the blitz. He felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Taking a chance to the end zone. reception into points. Wow, just perfect execution there, Brock. Nailing the fade for 6.
Yeah, when it comes to the fade route, it really is all about timing, and as you said, the execution of it. You have to have the matchup first, but then you need to go connect. What a great play.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Packers take a 4-point lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. Lamar now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless. Even the best of them could be hurrying into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
So it's 2nd and 10 now, ball still at that 39-yard line. Lamar throwing again. Going deep here for the end zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Quarterback of his renowns, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it in the double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
And hey, we see him under the football, but they will get nothing on that return.
At their own 14-yard line.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
Set.
There's a dive up the middle. Cuts his way through a tackle. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the 23-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And he loses the football. It's out. And the Ravens make the recovery.
Whether it's an open space 30 yards downfield or in traffic at the line of scrimmage, we know this. Ball security's got to be priority number 1. That was a huge run and an excellent play for the offense, but it means nothing if he doesn't hang on to the ball through the end.
He put everything he's got behind it. He's got it inside the 25. And they are all the way into that red zone.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
First down, no run. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Just one left for Lamar. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Jackson now on 3rd. Touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete, and maybe worse, Brock, it's going to bring up 4th down. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Rugby sends it through, and that cuts the lead back down to a lower point.
It's one of those moments where you feel like, yeah, I know you're still trailing, but everybody did their job. Defense took the ball away. Offense put you in position to kick it, and special teams delivers with 3.
And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Gets everything he has under this one. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against him.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Herbert. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Tommy Townsend on the punt. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. Takes it in at the 26. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he comes through big here. 9 yards in 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the 1st. 1 quarter away so far. 7-6 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter. Ravens in possession. They're looking at 1st down here. Here's Mitchell again. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
It's really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
The give here on 2nd. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
At the 34-yard line.
They give it to him again. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
70 Lions, go!
Mitchell up the middle. He'll scurry forward for a pick of 3.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Alpha, slide! Wait! Get wide! Shot!
Changing it up here, Jackson. Broke him out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Air it out on 3rd. Oh, put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing a 4th down. Bloopy sends it through, and they've taken back the lead.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Here's a return from the 7. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Set. Wide 80. Ready.
Dive play straight ahead. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
If this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. They'll run here on 1st down. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Throw here, third down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on third down than they did on second. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
Groupie sends it through, and that throws the lead to 5.
When you look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved the touchdown more.
Starting from the 5. Good work so far. He's got room. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. And they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
He has it at the 33. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Zone read here and give to Mitchell. And that zone read goes nowhere. They didn't even get back to the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Pistol snap to Jackson. And just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's almost as good as a sack. Almost, Kate. Because those defenders, they like to have sacks more than incompletions. But defensive coordinators, they love pressure and forcing the issue. And that's why the QB had to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Lamar out of the pistol. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up 4th and long. He fields this at the 18. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. They're going to run it. This is Trevor Etienne. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Offense up to the line fast. Play action now for Herbert. Headed out right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted Two great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for third down. This is the snap that's going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. Third and long. They're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Herbert from the gun. In trouble now, and the ball is out. The Ravens pick it up. And they will take this down inside the 10. Got the recovery, and now they're going to start with first and goal.
I think the defense would have just settled for getting off the field with the takeaway, but they add a nice little present onto the end of it for their teammates who start this possession with much better field position.
A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out first and goal. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it second and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
So after the incomplete pass, here comes second and goal. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Another kick bounces off their hands in the end zone, Brock. Back-to-back chances to escape the field, and they dropped both interceptions. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And now they're left with third and goal. Here he goes, third and long. Diving for receiver screen. And he's not going to get in. Another stand defensively, and they've made it fourth and goal. The Packers take their first time out. So yet again, they're turning to him to try to put three on the board. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Groupie sends it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
That's a handful of field goals for him now, Kate. They've got 5 in this game, and they've needed every one of them to put together the lead they do have as we sit here at this point in the game.
And you better choose wisely. That's my highlight for 2 beats or 45.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is first and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Goes to the hurry up here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Throwing the out route complete. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Brock? It's a gain of 5, third down coming up. Looking to throw on third and long. He completes it in traffic. And he stops cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. No set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. First and 10, Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Now Herbert again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
On 3rd down, Herbert. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down. Moody knocks it through. And that gets them back within 5.
It's only 3 points, and they're going to still trail at halftime, but every little bit helps. I'll tell you this as well. It also helps maybe later in the game. You got a 4th quarter clutch kick. Have that confidence built. That's important.
Returning it from the 4. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Throwing now on 1st down. It's Jackson. Taking a deep shot here. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that 1st down throw. Swatted away by the defense.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Looking to throw. He's trying to go deep again. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating there for some catches. The heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
And the Packer 1st down.
Throwing now, Herbert. Gets it to him on the screen. And then cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Herbert taking a shot deep here. It's complete. Oh, my. They left him wide open downfield.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Here's Herbert leading them to the line, going for 2.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point.
They want to run it across. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt.
16. Ravens 15.
kick it away. Here's Moody. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
DC.
Ravens to the line now. First and 10. Lamar off the play fake. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. They're going to try and throw it here. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connected. It's incomplete.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, they could get burned.
Second down pass play coming. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Looking for his wide receiver there. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return.
47-yard line.
Here's first and 10 from the 47.
Set.
Here's the handoff. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
Second and 6.
Set. Grenade. Set.
A play fake, now Herbert to throw. Trying for the deep ball. He's got it inside the 10. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow the lead to 7.
That is just tremendous play calling. You know, there's some coordinators out there, Kate, that are just Rolodex. Right? They flip through their call sheet, they just call whatever's on it. Then there's other coordinators that can stack their plays together. And when you run it, you run that same action with the play action right off of it, you can make that defense pay. That was a thing of beauty.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Has this at the 6. Things going well so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. New set of downs from the 37. It's a sweep. He pumps the pass forward. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
Made at the 36-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Play action. Here's Jackson. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Imagine the weather's playing a role here. Instead of trying a field goal, they're going to go for this. He'll throw it. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Keeps away from one. And he's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Back to the well again. Ooh, this is close, but I think it's going to be 3rd down. Gain on the play up to the 38.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Another carry for it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To the air this time, Herbert. And this one is launched downfield. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away, and it's going to send it back to the line for 2nd.
Now the play starts on the coverage.
Blown back, gets the handoff. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Air it out on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference, and that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return.
35-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Got a lock behind this one. Downfield it goes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
The handoff on 3rd and short. They'll see he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Looking on 1st down. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Play action now with Jackson. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. Can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return.
At their own 26-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Set.
Give now to the running back. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Set.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with a first down yardage. This is the end of the third quarter. The Packers with it. They have the lead late, but this game is close. So first down from the 41. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Going all the way to the end zone here. They did it! He made the interception! And the Ravens have some new life in the fourth!
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's a gain of 5.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. Throwing now off the play action. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Back to throw. He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Again, it's Jackson to the air. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.